Hey guys, so this video is going to be about the detrimental effects on your body and just the human health issues when consuming dairy products or cheese. If you have any questions or like this video, please like, subscribe below. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. So there's like a shit ton of reasons not to consume dairy. Like there's ethical reasons, like the cows literally get raped and it's pretty shitty. The environment is getting contaminated and everything's like just going wrong in the environment because of animal agriculture and the dairy industry. But I'm mainly just going to focus on the health reasons. Let's talk about humans. Let's talk about human health. I mean, that's what we're pretty much all interested in. We're pretty like egotistical, not to be pessimistic, but we have pretty strong egos and we like to do what we think is ethical and we don't like people to challenge that. But I'm here to challenge that. Because I mean, you have to get the discussion started, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some facts out there for you, and if you want to have a discussion or even a debate or you want to yell at me, I'm more than happy, and I just really want to have this discussion and get people thinking and get kind of stuff started. So basically, one of the things I want to point out is how just unhealthy the dairy products that you're eating are. So one of the points I wanted to start off with was that we're just not supposed to drink milk. Like, we're humans. We're not baby cows, and that's who's supposed to eat cow milk or drink cow milk, whatever. But we're not 65-pound calves trying to go to 400 pounds. I mean, I personally I'm not trying to be 400 pounds. If you're trying to be 400 pounds, I mean, by all means, consume all the milk you want. But in reality, milk is for baby cows, and it's so they can grow to full cow size. Humans are not cows. We are not supposed to drink any other species' milk. We are the only species that drinks other species' milk after weaning off of our own mother's milk, which just doesn't biologically make any sense. And it baffles me that we think it's so normal, even though it's really not. So one of the studies I'm going to talk about is a study done by Campbell. His study was based on rats, and he gave one set of rats 20% animal protein intake and 5% animal protein intake based on the calories that they were eating. So the rats that had 20% had very high risk of early cancer clusters, and then the 5% had barely any. And then he pushed it forward and he did where he alternated between 20 and 5%, and it was shown that the cancer cells were reversed by the 5% and were increased by the 20%. The study is basically saying is that there's a strong correlation between animal protein intake, like or dairy protein intake, just like protein you get from animals is directly correlated to increase of cancer cells, and that even by decreasing this amount you can reverse and decrease the amount of cancer cells, which is insane, and like I don't understand why it's not being promoted by all the health industries. So another thing about animal protein is that it is way too acidic for our bodies. So whenever we consume animal products or dairy products, our body kind of goes into overdrive and our cells end up trying to mitigate this acidity in our bodies by pulling calcium from our bones. So in reality, milk does not create strong bones, and that is just a completely false statement. It actually has been shown that countries with increased dairy intake have increased osteoporosis as well, and it's just a strong correlation, a strong causation. It was also shown recently that calcium is not what makes bones stronger and healthier, it's actually the vitamin D. So really you can get vitamin D from, a lot of sources like the sun. Animal protein has also been shown to increase the likelihood of circulatory diseases. This was shown through looking at Norway during World War II. So when the Nazis took over, they took away the cows and other farm animals. So they were mainly eating a plant-based diet in Norway during this time. And during those 5 years, the instances of circulatory diseases and deaths caused by that went from 32,000 to 24,000 just in 5 years. And then when the animal products were reintroduced, it went from the 24,000 to 28,000 just in 2 years, just by reintroducing the animal products and the meat products. Okay, also, so these cows are like repeatedly impregnated and raped, but their udders just can't handle the constant milking, and it's just not natural, and they're in really unsafe and unclean environments. So these cows get a lot of diseases and illnesses, and this causes farmers to have to like put antibiotics in them, and these antibiotics go into humans after we eat them or after we eat milk. And basically these antibiotics are causing humans to be antibiotic resistant, and it's causing just massive pathogens and other forms of illness to spread further in the human population. Bovine growth hormones are also used in dairy cows, and these have been linked to obesity and cancer in the average American population, and that's really concerning considering how much of an epidemic obesity has become. And I really think that's something we need to focus on and kind of get to the root cause of and really just kind of fix, because why would we add hormones that are known for obesity if we're trying to eradicate obesity, you know what I mean? And I think the biggest concern for me is just how addicting these substances are. Cheese was the hardest thing ever for me to give up. I struggled for about a year because it was really like weaning myself off of like an awful drug. Dairy products and dairy in general have casein in it, which whenever the body breaks it down turns into an opiate. Opiates are like heroin or morphine. It breaks it down into casomorphine, which is highly addictive, which is why people just continue to consume this and why we really should stop consuming it. Just 1 cup of milk has 6 grams of casein in it, and casein gets concentrated in the process of making cheese, which makes cheese even more addictive than, say, ice cream or just drinking a glass of milk. And this mix between a high fat concentration, this casomorphine, and then people adding massive amounts of sugar or cheese, sugar or salt. Like with Doritos, you have your casomorphine and you have high amounts of salt, and that releases dopamine, and so does ice cream, because the casomorphine as well as high amounts of sugar. This dopamine creates what's it called? Like an addicting kind of feeling. People feel like they have to like eat these things to feel good about themselves, which is why so many people struggle with not eating dairy products. We need to revolutionize how we eat and how we look at food. We shouldn't be focusing on getting people addicted to things so they're consumers for life. We should focus on getting people healthy and having them live their best lives and feel good about themselves and feel good inside and out. But those are just kind of my opinions and why I don't eat dairy, and why you should really look into it and just not be blind to what you're putting inside your body. Basically just research stuff, and if you have any questions, if you want to talk about anything, discuss, debate, argue, I'm open for it all. My ears are open, my heart's open, I'm ready to talk. Basically that's about it, so I really hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time.